I love listening to podcasts when I'm just headed to work or on a run or just hanging around my house. But sometimes the daily podcasts that I listen to on platforms like Spotify or Apple, like the daily, may not have a topic that I'm interested in that day. But I may be able to find a topic that I'm interested in on a Substack post or a Wall Street Journal article. Some platforms do give you the ability to listen to the written text right on the app. For example, the Wall Street Journal gives you the ability to hit listen directly in each story. Let's check it out.
Inside Microsoft's new AI superfactory.
You can see the voice really doesn't sound that good, and I would probably just opt into reading it versus having to listen to that robotic voice. And most platforms don't even have an option for you to do that. But I found a solution to turn any written text into a full podcast using ElevenReader. ElevenReader is a platform that converts text into speech using their text to speech AI models. Built by 11 Labs, they recently added Sir Michael Caine, the English actor and storyteller, to accompany their voice library in ElevenReader, along with other iconic voices like Dr. Maya Angelou and Burt Reynolds. You're able to take any PDF, ebook, newsletter, or any web link, or even just plain old text, and drop it in directly into ElevenReader, and it'll take that text and create it into speech. So on the Explore tab, you can see there's kind of different genres that they allow you to choose from, and you can kind of see that they have a general library here with different topics based on travel, adventurous, history, and a lot of these are honestly not that interesting to me. I'm definitely not on 11 Reader for the content that they have. I think that there's a lot of content that's lacking, and it kind of seems that it's AI sloppy. And if you look at some of these, they're actually you have to pay for them. So this one, United States National Parks Road Atlas, is 1160. I saw some that were $30. You can see basically a lot of them are charged, and I think that that's kind of a major drawback from the platform, kind of once you're first getting into it. You can also see that with their search features. So if I look up basketball, you can see that there's not great content here. I have no idea what any of this is. What I would want to see here is kind of, a daily newsletter that's kind of transformed into a podcast type format. I think that 11 Reader could be great for that kind of content, but it really is lacking on the platform. But let's check out some of the features that I really love. So what you should do is go to upload your content. And here you can see you can just upload a URL, a file, or just any written text. So what I'll do is upload a URL from the This Week in AI newsletter. So I'll just paste it and click import. After about 2 minutes, it generated. Let's check it out. So you can see here that it actually brought in all the content from my Substack post, including some of the photos. Let's listen to what it created.
Anthropic is launching a $50 billion nationwide AI infrastructure build-out. They'll kick off in Texas and New York, teaming up with UK-based FluidStack.
I think that sounds great, and we can actually speed up reading speed as well.
Actor Matthew McConaughey has joined 11 Labs as a customer, continuing his long-standing connection with the company as an investor.
And honestly, I think that sounds great as well. What we can also do is change who's reading it. Who do we want to be the voice of our Substack? So you can see here that you kind of have a lot of different stock kind of 11 Lab voice options, but you also have a lot of different choices as well. So you can see they have iconic voice collection where you have James Dean, John Wayne, and one of my favorites is Sir Michael Caine. He was added really recently. Let's try it.
They'll kick off in Texas and New York, teaming up with UK-based FluidStack to bring the sites online by 2020. Anthropic could soon surpass OpenAI in server efficiency, according to new internal forecasts.
That sounds really good. I'm really impressed on how 11 Labs is able to train his model to sound really realistic. While the web version is great, I feel like the mobile version actually kind of has a little more flexibility. And while this works great on the web, I think that it's really useful on your phone as you can kind of put in any link that you're reading and just throw it in the app, which is currently available in the App Store. One other thing that I thought was really cool is you're actually able to upload your content and create Gen FM, where you can just input a link, a file, or text, and it'll create like a podcast. This really reminds me of Notebook LM. Let's compare the two. So what I'll do here is input text. I want to learn more about nuclear reactors in the US. So I'll hit create there. And then I'll also go over to Notebook LM and create a new notebook. And like with 11 Studio, I'm not going to upload sources. I'm going to click Discover Sources here. And this is where I can actually input the same prompt that I used in 11 Reader. And it also allows me to choose where I wanted to find sources from. This is not a feature in 11 Reader. And you can see Notebook LM actually went and found sources to build the podcast from. And then we'll just click import here for it to create. But just having your ability to do this in 11 Reader is a huge value add. It generated the podcast in 11Reader. Let's check it out. It honestly took around 30 seconds to create the full podcast.
Here's something wild. Every nuclear fuel pellet, about the size of your fingertip, contains as much energy as an entire ton of coal. And that's just the beginning of how humans figured out how to harness the power of atoms to literally boil water.
It's such a striking comparison. The sheer scale of energy density in nuclear power is mind-boggling when you really think about it.
Honestly, I thought that this was pretty good. You can see that it kind of had some context about the history, and the speech I think sounded okay. I didn't think it was amazing, but let's check out Notebook LM. Notebook LM definitely takes a lot longer to generate, but you can see it gives you a little bit more options on the kind of story that you want. It can be a podcast between kind of two hosts, more of a deep dive. It can be a little more brief. It can be a critique or a debate. So now that the Notebook LM one is generated, let's check it out.
Welcome to the deep dive. Today, we're tackling a really thorny issue in U.S. energy policy: the current state and maybe the future of the American nuclear power fleet. It's complex.
It really is. You've got climate goals pushing one way, the economics of natural gas pulling another, and then decades of policy.
Not only is this one 3 times longer, I love that they kind of format it at the beginning, kind of what they're going to get into. I think that this is much more realistic, like a podcast that I would listen to, like The Daily or even This Week in Startups. I think that if you're trying to really learn about a new topic that's not just reading directly from an article, then Notebook LM is definitely the place to go. But if you're just trying to get a quick readout of whatever newsletter you're looking at, I definitely think 11Reader is better for that. In 11Reader, you can also publish your own content as well. Let's check it out. So one thing you can see off the bat is it's really catered to books. I think that a lot of people kind of want to upload their essays, different articles, or newsletters. I think 11Reader has a lot of potential, and I don't think they've really been able to harness it yet. In terms of pricing, they take 60% of the revenue that you generate by selling your books, which is actually really competitive to other platforms like Audible or Apple, as their royalty is anywhere from 25 to 40% of the net receipts. That's almost 20% lower than what they take on 11Reader. Overall, I feel like Notebook LM definitely wins when it comes to creating podcast style content, but 11Reader has some great features like iconic voices, and just being able to put in any URL and have it read back to you is a great feature that I'll be using a lot. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time on This Week in AI.